Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sasi Singh. In this video, I will try to explain some salient features of the new education policy and will try to be as brief as possible. So what is the primary objectives of the new education policy? The primary objective of this policy is to build an educational system deeply rooted in Indian ethos and therefore rebuild India as global knowledge superpower by providing higher quality education to every citizen possible. The panel which drafted this education policy was headed by former ISRO chief K. Kasturi Ranjan. The first and foremost thing that we must know about is that how much money government is willing to spend on education, that is the amount of public spending on education. The policy tells us that government is willing to raise the spending on education to up to 6% of GDP. Moreover, government has also changed the name of the Ministry of Human Resource Development, which now become Ministry of Education. The government is planning to establish a National Education Technology Forum, which will be an autonomous body. The primary purpose of this forum would to be used it as a platform for exchange of ideas and use of technology to enhance learning, assessment, planning, and administration. Moreover, policy also envisages a separate technology unit to develop digital education resources which will coordinate digital infrastructure, content, and capacity building. By 2020, minimum qualification for any candidate who wishes to become a teacher would be to have a degree that would be of 4 years when it comes B.Ed degree courses. A new and comprehensive national curriculum framework for teacher education NCFTE 2021 will be formulated by the National Council for Teacher Education NCTE in consultation with National Council of Educational Research and Training NCERT, and will be given training on online methods and how to use them and eventually deploy them. Moving on the schooling paradigm, policy aims to universalize pre-primary education, that is from 3 years to 6 years by 2025. It will bring the uncovered age upon 3 to 6 years under a school curriculum which has been recognized globally as the crucial stage for development of mental faculties of a child. Policy aims universalization of education from pre-education to secondary school and aims to achieve 100% gross enrollment ratio by 2030. School curriculum will provide with coding classes and vocational courses from class 6. Child's mother tongue will be used till class 5 for imparting education. It will also have 12 years of schooling with 3 years of Anganwadi / pre-schooling. Vocational education to start from class 6 with internship. National Mission of Foundation, Literacy and Numeracy at class 3rd level till 2025. Board exams will be easier, will be aimed at testing core competencies. A student will be allowed to take twice. New accreditation framework for school governance to regulate both public and private schools. Moving on the college paradigm, most of the undergraduate degrees will be of 4 years. The degree of MPhil will be entirely abolished. Courses of undergraduates and research universities at par with the IITs, IIMs to be set up as models of best multidisciplinary education of global standards in the country. There will be new umbrella regulator, Higher Education Commission of India, HECI, for all higher educational institutes except the institutes which would be offering medical and legal courses. Also, HECI will be having four independent verticals, namely National Higher Education Regulatory Council, NHERC, for regulation. General Education Council, GEC, for standard setting. Higher Education Grants Council, HEGC, for funding. National Accreditation Council, NAAC, NAC, for accreditations. There will be Academic Bank of Credit for easier transfer between institutions. College affiliation system will be phased out in the next 15 years. So college would either become an autonomous degree granting institution or it will become a constituent of university. Most importantly, the policy aims at doubling gross enrollment ratio from 26.3% in 2018 to 50% in 2035. Moving on the segment of traditional knowledge. This policy envisages to that Indian knowledge system will be incorporated in curriculum in a well-informed and scientific manner. There are sections and categories upon which the policy gives special focus, so the policy envisages to provide special focus to regional such as aspirational districts will be designated as special educational zones. There is also a provision of gender inclusion fund which will be used to build national capacity to provide equitable quality education to all transgenders and girls. Policy also has provision to extend financial support to meritorious candidates belonging to the deprived sections of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other backward class, economically weaker section. National Assessment Center, PARAK, has been created to assess the student. It also paves the way for foreign universities to set up campuses in India. National Institutes for Pali, Persian, and Indian Institute of Translations and Interpretation to be set up. One of the most important features of this new educational policy is the new pedagogical structure which it has created, bringing an end to the 10+2 system which we have witnessed for so long. Now rather than 10+2, it will be 5+3+3+4, and therefore the curriculum of education is divided into 4 stages. The first stage that we have is the fundamental stage, which will be of 5 years. These 5 years will include 3 years of pre-school, and these 5 years will include 2 years of grade 1 and grade 2. So that comprises the foundational stage. The second stage that we have is the preparatory stage or the later primary stage, which will be of 3 years. These 3 years will include grade 3, 4 and 5. The third stage that we have is the middle stage or the upper primary stage, which will be of 3 years. These 3 years will include grade 6, 7 and 8. The fourth stage and the last stage is the high stage of secondary stage, which will be of 4 years. These 4 years will include grades 9, 10, 11 and 12. Challenges. Education is a concurrent subject with their own school boards. The state government had to actively participate to implement this new policy. A new education policy aims to facilitate an inclusive, participatory and holistic approach, which taken into consideration field experiences, empirical research, stakeholders' feedback, as well as lessons learned from best practices. It is a progressive shift towards a more scientific approach to education. The prescribed structure will help to cater the ability of the child, stages of cognitive development as well as social and physical awareness. If implemented in its true vision, the new structure can bring India at par with the leading countries of the world. Thank you very much.